Hi students, how are you all? I hope you are all fine and safe at home. This is Karthikeyan, social teacher from Balasana Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Today we are going to see the topic, already we started, India location, relief and drainage. The topic very important because India is very familiar for its religious, culture and so many things are very familiar in India. And why India is familiar and special among the world, that is what we are going to see in this class, and particularly the location, relief and drainage. This is the important topic we are going to discuss, we are going to see in this topic. First one, the major physiographic division. The major physiographic division, first one is the Himalayan mountains. Second one, the Great Northern Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Indian Desert, the coastal plain, islands. So these are the major physiographic division. Different kinds of land surfaces are classified on the basis of the characteristics. First one, the Himalayan mountain, the Great Northern Plains, Peninsular Plateau, Indian Desert, coastal plain and finally islands. So these are the topic we are going to see elaborately. First one, Himalayas. Himalayas, we used to call that Himalayas the Great Himalayas because it connects nearly 7 countries. It connects the 7 countries. Particularly the word, meaning of the word Himalaya is, it is actually a Sanskrit word. The meaning of the Himalaya is the abode of snow. The meaning of the word is the abode of snow. See in the picture you can see. And the Himalayas are classified into 3, the Trans-Himalayas, Himalayas, Eastern or Purvachal Hills. So these are the 3 classification of the Himalayas. Let me explain you one more time. The meaning of the Himalayas is abode of snow, and 3 types of Himalayas are Trans-Himalayas, Himalayas and then Eastern or Purvachal Himalayas. And the next thing is the Northern Great Plains. The Northern Great Plains, the length of the plain is about 2,400 kilometer, and the width varies from 240 minimum and to 320 kilometer maximum. So the width of the plain is also vary from one place to another, minimum 240 kilometer to 320 kilometers. And next one, it consists of many different features. First one is Babar Plain. It consists of maximum gravels, different kinds of stone, different kinds of sands. It consists of gravels, and particularly the word is very important, unassorted sediments. Unassorted sediment deposit in that particular area. The particular place is called as Babar Plain. The particular place which consists of gravels and unassorted sediments, they are all called as Babar Plains. And next one is the Terai Tract. This zone excessive dampness. The important thing is excessive dampness, thick forest. It consists of thick forest and rich wildlife. Thick forest and wildlife and particularly dampness. These features are joined together to make that particular place very special. The name of the place was Terai Tract. And next one, Babar Plain. This is very simple because alluvial tracts of Great Plains, particularly older alluvium. Each and every year the river bring out the alluvial soil. The older alluvium which deposit in particular area called as the Babar Plains. And next one, the Khadar Plains. The Khadar Plain consists of deposits of silt every year. Silt means so many dirty things which come towards the rivers. All these things sediment in a particular place. That place is called Khadar Plain, and also it is very during the rainy season it bring out all the silt and deposit in a particular place. That place is called as Khadar Plain. And next important thing is Delta Plain. It is a extension of Kadar land, the extension of the Kadar land. It is located nearby the Kadar plain, and the extension of the Kadar plain is called as delta plains. And next one, the northern plains are divided into 4 parts. First one is Rajasthan plain, Punjab Haryana plain, Ganga plain and Brahmaputra plains. Such a large plain, such a large vast area covers in the plain called as northern plain, and these northern plains consist of these places: Rajasthan plain, Punjab Haryana plains, Ganga plains and finally Brahmaputra plains. And the first thing, Rajasthan plains is deposited by the only river called as Luni. One question was asked by many people. Rajasthan is a desert region where it consists of rivers. The only river which deposited in that particular area, Luni. And next one, Punjab Haryana plains. The Punjab Haryana plains are formed by the deposition of the river Sutlej, Beas and Ravi. So these 3 rivers are responsible for make a plain in the particular area. That plain is called as Punjab Haryana plains. And next one, Ganga plain, one of the largest plain, and the tributary of Ganga was Yamuna river in the west of Bangladesh. In the east, the tributary of river Ganga was Yamuna. The source of river Ganga and Yamuna was a glacier. The name of the glacier is what? Yamunotri as well as Gangotri. And Brahmaputra plain, it is located in the mainly in the state of Assam. So all these 4 plains are joined together to form the northern Great Plains. Yes, the next topic is Peninsular Plateau. I hope you know India is a peninsular country because the reason was 3 sides of water and 1 side of land is usually called, geographically called as a peninsular. India is very suitable example of the Peninsular Plateau, and here the Peninsular Plateau consists of 2 parts, the Great Highlands and then Deccan Plateau. Here the Guru Shikhar with 1722 meter is the highest peak of this range. Guru Shikhar, the central highlands as well as Deccan Plateau joined together to make India as a whole nation. If we divide the India into 2 part means, first upper part of the map is called as Central Highlands and the lower part of the Central Highland is called as Deccan Plateau, and the physiographic division is the largest part of the plateau region of India. The shape, particularly the shape of the plateau is roughly triangular, not exact triangular, roughly triangular. Deccan Plateau. And next one, the Indian desert. We know that the Thar desert, which is located in Rajasthan, which was the largest desert in India. The Thar desert, it is also known as Great Indian Desert, and it consists of majorly arid land. Very dry surfaces are called as arid land, arid region, and in the northwestern part of Indian subcontinent, the exact location of the desert, and it forms a natural boundary between, yes, it forms a natural boundary between India and Pakistan. That was the special about the Rajasthan, very dry place, very arid zone and then it is also called as a Great Indian Desert. It is exactly located between the India and Pakistan. It is the world's 7th largest desert. The special thing about the Rajasthan desert is 7th largest in the world. And next one, the coastal plain. As I mentioned, India consists of 3 sides of water. The 3 sides of water make India as a very long coastal line. And the coastal line was divided into 2 parts. First one is West Coastal Plain and second one is East Coastal Plain. The left hand part of the India, the coastal plain is called as Western Coastal Plain, and the right hand side of the India, it consists of East Coastal Plain. And West Coastal Plain, which lies between exactly Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. It extends from the Rann of Kutch in north to Kanyakumari in the south. So the exact extension of the Western Coastal Plain is from Rann of Kutch in Gujarat to Kanyakumari in the Tamil Nadu. And the second part, the Eastern Coastal Plain, it consists of it exactly located between the Mahanadi and Krishna River. The particular place located between the Mahanadi and Krishna River, the name of the place is called as the Northern Sicars. And then the southern part lies between the Krishna and Kaveri. That particular place is called as Coromandel Coast. Coromandel Coast, otherwise called as Cholamandalam. In Tamil, used to say that Cholamandalam, but in English, Coromandel Coast. And then the Indian islands. I hope you know what is the meaning of the islands. The four sides of land was surrounded by water. That particular piece of land is called as island, which means the island of India has two major islands, namely Andaman and Nicobar and then Lakshadweep. The Andaman and Nicobar island located in the Bay of Bengal, and then Lakshadweep located in the Arabian Sea. Andaman and Nicobar islands, the southernmost tip, it consists of Indra Point. Yes, the southernmost tip of the country, Indra Point, located in the island called as Andaman and Nicobar Island. And the capital of the Andaman and Nicobar Island is Port Blair. And the next one is Lakshadweep Island. It covers an area of 32 square kilometer. The capital of the Lakshadweep is Kavarati. The next topic, drainage system of India. The drainage system of India is nothing but the river system. What are the river system and how these river system are useful for the transportation, and in which way these rivers are useful? That's what we are going to see in this topic. First one, the river system provides what are the facilities we make to use by the river water. First one is particularly irrigation, yes, drinking. Next one, navigation and power production. By these means, the rivers are very useful for our country, as well as grant livelihood for the large number of population. Yes, India is very familiar for the population. We are second in the world. So these too much of population totally depend upon the water, the drainage system of India. The drainage system of India is broadly divided into two major groups based on the location. First one, Himalayan rivers, and then peninsular rivers. The Himalayan rivers and peninsular rivers are divided in, from India drainage system. Yes. So two types of river system in India. First one is Himalayan river and another one is peninsular river. The special about Himalayan rivers are glaciers. So glaciers, Paniparai. So this is the source of the Himalayan rivers, namely Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra. But here the peninsular rivers, the source of river is from rainwater. So the example of the peninsular rivers are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Narmada and Tapti. So this is the difference between these two river system, drainage system, Himalayan rivers and then peninsular rivers. Himalayan rivers, the source of Himalayan rivers are glaciers and the source of peninsular rivers are rainwater. And some of the examples are given here. Yes, you can see the river system and major lakes are present in our country. west coastal plain, then east coastal, in this video I have attached the study material, question bank, self assessment, and you can see that in the description box. Please kindly go through that for your studies. Thank you.
ஆசிரியராகிய நான் பாடத்தை அனுபவம் உணர்வுடன் செய்வன தெரிந்து செய்து சிறந்த ஆசிரியராக திகழ்வேன். அக மற்றும் புறத்தூய்மை கடைபிடித்து